I want to end with old age and hardening of the arteries. You'll now understand something as we close. What happens to people as they age with blood pressure? Because most older people are mistreated based upon their blood. Your arteries naturally harden as you get older. If your arteries harden as you get older, which number is going up? The top number or the bottom number? The top number. It is normal. Did you hear what I just said? It is normal for an older person to have systolic hypertension. What is medicine doing? They're not telling them to exercise. They're not telling them to relax. And the reason why that's important is if you're a grumpy old man, you already got hard arteries that are already raising your blood pressure, the grumpiness already makes it higher. The most an older person should do is movement, relaxation. There's stuff you had a lifetime to fix, those days are gone. There's a good reason why God took away some of that energy when you were young and just have you sit back, give advice, give money, etc. But don't be grumpy. But it also tells us that with older people, the blood pressure norm has to change. Listen to what I'm about to say and then we're done. If you are an older person and your systolic blood pressure is 150, it's normal. If above 55, come on, why are you asking me that question? Boy, you know you ain't old. Let me say it one more time and we're done. If you're above 55, I'm 56, so I'm old. And your systolic blood pressure is 150, go enjoy life. Stop spending so much time in the ER, the doctor's office, trying to redo something that you naturally have. And don't be grumpy. As we close in review, top number is resistance or volume. Bottom number is volume. If I have a resistance problem, the signs and symptoms are going to show up which part of my body? If I have a volume problem, they're going to show up in which part of my body? If I have chest pain and head symptoms, do I have a resistance or volume problem? If I have chest pain and feet problems, do I have a resistance or a volume problem? When I exercise and I sweat and I'm losing sodium, am I improving my resistance or my volume? When I exercise and I inhale deeply and that oxygen relaxes my arteries, am I improving my resistance or my volume? Okay? When I get my pulse up and it's going and I'm sweating and I'm breathing, am I improving my resistance or my volume? I think you got it. I think you got it. You are now all internists blessed by the unaccredited Medical School of Colin Anthony Ross. I'm done.
Amen. Thank you so much, Dr. Ross, for the presentation. I have asked him, and he has agreed to answer some questions. That's the dangerous part of this whole thing. We're gonna keep it short. He has expended a lot of energy. Can we try to keep it to 4 questions max? Do we have 4? I think I see one right here, Miss Rita. Right here, Miss Candy. One second.
The moon puts what a coolness, like a coolness, a relaxation on the earth. But what about the air? The air is blowing. The air will put you to sleep if you um, if you open up your windows and breathe some.
So, Miss Rita, if I'm not mistaken, you want to know the impact of oxygen and air, fresh air, at night in particular.
Okay, it's not the air because that's available all day long. It's the circadian rhythm. What the moon does, it creates a circadian pull in the brain that elevates certain neurotransmitters that help us to fall asleep. But because we have graveyard shift, because we have people working after they leave work, it upsets that circadian rhythm sometimes. But the power of the moon is to relax the arteries and to decrease the volume so that you don't have a stroke.
Thank you. Anyone else? Yes.
Dr. Ross, what about a person that's in their they're seniors, they're in their 60s, so over 60, and they have their blood pressure is good. They're 110, 118. That's wonderful, isn't it? That's my blood pressure.
One, something that we may not know is part of God's lifestyle plan is so that we age gracefully. One of the things I was going to share, and some of you may have missed this lecture, is that the prohibition against pork, even it's just like alcohol. If you eat a little bit of pork today, 98% of that fat goes directly to the arteries. If you eat turkey, 3% of that fat goes directly to the arteries. The prohibition had nothing to do with salvation, it had to do with protecting your heart against heart attacks. So, what you're talking about is the benefit of a blessing of a lifestyle.